Hey, what's up, guys? We are at Genesis Gaming after locals today with Mr. Darth Nash 6 himself. He came over and invaded our locals, and he brought over his very fabled deck that I'll just let him explain it. It's his baby.
What is up, all of my beautiful dudes and dudettes? We are here at Genesis Gaming, and I think I finally broke Fabled. This is not the final iteration. You're going to be seeing that at the end of August after the Rochester, New York regionals. But I have been playing nothing but Fabled since I got back from YCS Philly. I've been playing so many different iterations. I've played Sprite Fabled, Runic Fabled, Dark World Fabled. Now I finally got Fabled Pile, and I think this is it. This is the most cohesive it has felt. This list is not finalized, but I am so excited about it. It's at 48 cards.
I was gonna say
it's Pile TM. So I'll like explain each of the cards just so that you know. So it starts with 3 Marcosia. This is when I first read it at the Blazing Vortex sneak peek, I didn't think it was that good. But so what it is you discard up to 2 cards. At least one of those cards needs to be a Fabled, special summon it. But if it gets discarded, then you add a Fabled spell or trap, so that's the field spell or the trap card. But it's really nice because it can also trigger other cards' effects, but it'll trigger all of the Fabled monsters that have their discard effects.
Yep.
And then triple Fabled Grimrow. Fabled Grimrow is the searcher of the deck. If you have a face-up Fabled, you discard this to add a Fabled from deck to hand. You're almost always going to have a Fabled on field. They just recur themselves so easily.
You like those 2 ratios of 3 of 3?
Oh, 3 and 3, yeah. So you're always going to play Fabled Grimrow just because it's the searcher, and she's beautiful. And Marcosia, so I've talked a lot in the Fabled Discord with people, and they have all let me know that Marcosia is it's a definite 3 of. Especially with this deck, I am okay with discarding almost anything. So it's 3 and 3. I don't think I'm gonna change these.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And then only 2 Fabled Cruise. When this card gets discarded, you special summon a level 4 or lower Fabled. Since it requires so much, it needs to be discarded and have Fabled in grave, I'm only running 2, but I do want to see it. So 3's too much. 1, it's not consistent enough, only at 1, because I don't really want to search it off of Grimrow because it needs to be discarded. It doesn't do the discarding, so this is just a nice card to have at 2.
Nice.
And that's the last of the Fiend Fables. Now we're going to go into the Beast Fables. I run triple Cerberus,
Of course.
triple Abank, triple Chawa, 2 Ganasha, and 1 Nizuchi. Cerberus, people know Cerberus because of Tri-Brigade. If it's discarded, you special summon it. Fabled Abank, you discard a Fabled to special summon it from grave, but then if it's special summoned that way, it gets banished when it leaves the field. Fabled Chawa, you discard a Fabled to special summon it. So if you got a Chawa and a Cerberus in hand, you'll have them both on the field.
Yeah.
Ganasha is mandatory when it's discarded, it gets special summoned. So it's similar to the Fabled Cerberus and just the fact that it's a level 3 non-tuner instead of a level 2 tuner. So it's not as versatile in most decks. I used to think that this missed timing, but its summon is mandatory, so that was a cool thing to realize. Fabled Nizuchi, you discard a Fabled to special summon it, and then if it gets special summoned that way, you special summon a level 2 or lower Fabled. There's just so much going on in this card, and it's not a tuner, so I'm not running more than 1. This, honestly, I might take it out. The only reason I ran 2 was because it's a level 2, and I play Sprite Sprint in the extra deck. Spoiler alert.
Okay. So it's cuttable. It's the most cuttable in that lineup, at least.
It really is the most cuttable one. Most people who play Fabled don't think it's an amazing card. It came up once for me today, and that's it. And then the field spell and the trap. The trap just kind of pops a card and special summons a Fabled. It's nothing really insane. It's just annoying disruption for people.
Yeah.
The field spell on activation, you send a Fabled from deck to grave. So what's really good is you'll send a Bonk and then discard a Fabled in hand to special summon a Bonk. Or you discard 2 cards for effect to target the Fabled in grave. So you target the Fabled in grave, for a cost, and then the effect is you discard 2 cards to add that Fabled from grave to hand. So you're going to send a Bonk or something like Grimro. So if you need a way to search more, you'll send Grimro, discard 2 cards to add Grimro to hand. There was a lot of times where I would discard like Cerberus and Ganasha to add Grimro to hand, and then Grimro effect, since I've got the 2 Fabled on board, discard to add something to hand. So that's it for all of the Fabled cards. Now I run a Tri-Brigade. Triple Fractal, triple Karis, triple Kit, 2 Nerval, and Revolt. This is
new.
Yeah, this is new, but this is like classic Tri-Brigade ratios. Karis, you discard Cerberus or you discard Ganasha if you want to get 2 monsters on board. You can also discard that. A Bonk, Chawa, Nozuchi, they're also all beasts. It's awesome. And the fact that these are like 2, 2, 4, these work really well for synchro summoning, and so it's just really nice. And also Marcosia, if you discard Nerval or Kit, it still triggers them. So it just works out.
Yeah. You want to change up that lineup?
Oh no. Like I might cut down on Fractal since I run Tenki, but that's
spoiler.
yeah. And then I also run a Scareclaw package.
Ooh,
I
the
run
goo.
2 Rykart, 2 Astra, 1 Balone, 2 Vsauce, Field Spell, and Monster Reborn.
Okay.
Because it opens up more synchro plays, and that's really it. This was a last-minute decision. I decided to run in it, but they're just more extenders, and it's insane. It opens up the extra deck to so many different things. The fact that these are free tri-types to get on board is wonderful.
Oh yeah.
And so it helps you work around getting locked into using Beast Warrior and Winged Beasts for your link plays after you've used a Tri-Brigade effect. And also it helps open up like a turn 1 Baron play really easily, or a Dispatter play right in the beginning. And so Dispatter, I'll go more into that when I get into the extra deck.
This deck likes that card.
Yeah. This deck likes Dispatter a lot. And then consistency, triple Rescue Cat.
Oh.
Since you don't really have a normal summon, they all special summon themselves, so Rescue Cat's really your normal summon.
Those are turbo pack.
Yeah. And then 2 Tenki, because I don't have a third ulti Tenki. That's literally the only reason I'm just running 2 Tenki, because I want my third ultimate to be in Spanish.
Would you run a third if it was a collector's rare?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Oh.
They all got to be ultimate rare.
Okay.
I'm a slut like that. So they just build consistency. So the Rescue Cat can bring out all the Tri-Brigades, the Beast Fableds, or the Scareclaws. So Rescue Cat opens up so much for this deck. It puts so many different cards in the grave, and it if you go for like a Scareclaw, it helps with Tri-Heart. It gets a Scareclaw in grave for Tri-Heart to special summon.
That's pretty good.
And so there's so many things you can do. For the extra deck, this is tight. This is so tight because there's so much to do. For the Fabled Synchros, I run Rajan, 1 Andraith. Rajan on Synchro Summon, you draw until you have 2 cards in hand. It's really easy to go through your entire hand, so this is almost always live.
Oh, nice.
It kind of sucks that it's a level 5, but because Chawa is a level 1 tuner, it's really easy to...
Peace out, homie.
It's really easy to just kind of like synchro into a level 6. Fabled Andraith, you draw 2, discard 1 on special summon, not synchro summon. And then your opponent can discard a card to negate this. And anytime that they discard a monster, anytime that a monster goes from hand to grave, you can target that monster and special summon it, which did come up a few times today, so that's really nice. My other level 6 is Desert Locust.
Oh.
It's a quick play synchro on your opponent's turn, and when it's summoned, turn player discards a card, and that's effect, not cost. So,
oh, that's nice.
It triggers all of my Fabled cards, Kit, Nerval. It's pretty excellent. The other synchros, I run Stardust Ass, Stardust, and then go into Dispatter or Baron, and... there's nothing I'd really change about the lineup here. This is so nice. Excel, can add, it special summons Cerberus or a Bonk.
Yeah.
And so it's really easy. And if you banish a Bonk or Cerberus, or even Chawa, you can special summon any of your banished Fabled cards that you'd banish for cost for any of the Tri-Brigade monsters. So it turns Dispatter into a Synchro Extender. So that's really nice. So it's really easy to get Dispatter and Baron out at the same time as part of your end board.
I was seeing you go into Dispatter maybe first more. Is that why? Because you can Dispatter into Baron, basically.
Yeah. So a really common play that actually happens is, so you'll go Rajan, you'll draw 2, and then, like, if you've got a Chawa on field, you'll Synchro into Andraith, or, you know, whatever, you'll just go Andraith, draw 2, discard 1, you'll discard a Cerberus, special summon, you'll Synchro into Excel. Excel will special summon Cerberus or a Bonk, you'll go into Dispatter, you'll probably have banished something for Karis's effect, you'll special summon the Bonk or the Cerberus, and then you'll just kind of go up into Baron, so it's pretty neat. Pretty neat.
Very, very cool.
And then I only run 1 each of the good Tri-Brigade. I wish I could run 1 more of each.
Yep.
That's really the only change that I do for that.
Have a good night, Tyler.
Have a good night, guys.
See you guys. And then 1 Light Heart, 1 Tri-Heart.
The foreigns.
Yeah. I got my
so good as a
Spanish ones.
foreign. What the heck?
So that's, nothing too crazy about these since I'm running the Scareclaw.
Do you end on this a lot?
Sometimes, if like
or is it a board breaker almost, so you can like set up a board that your opponent can't play under?
If my like tuners aren't lined up properly, like if I don't have the right star levels, then I'll just usually go into that instead. Or if I like can't go into Appaloosa or something. And then the last Sprind, because Sprind will send a Bonk, and I really like having a Bonk in Grave, or it'll send Kit.
Very nice.
And then DDL. Everybody loves classic DDL, and then Appaloosa.
Very nice. Mm-hmm. And this is you wouldn't change this.
I wouldn't change.
It's really toolboxy.
Exactly. Yeah. There's nothing really I would change with the extra deck. Like weirdly enough, I would maybe get rid of Stardust.
Yeah. Because it's not always necessary to make it unaffected.
Yeah, and like the thing is, the only reason that I would keep Stardust is if I kept Desert Locust on field, because then I could quick play Synchro into Stardust on my opponent's team.
Oh, yeah.
With like Tri-Brigade Kit or Tri-Brigade Karis, and then I'd go into Excel and then Excel's effect and go into that. That's really the only reason that I keep Stardust in here, but I still got to play more with the deck and figure it out, and yeah, that's it. I'm excited for this. I'm excited to win regionals.
Hell yeah. We're all looking forward to it. Please go check out Mr. Nash's channel down in the description. It will be linked. And because he'll have a final build on this, I'll be taking to our regionals very shortly. So look forward to that. And thank you for the deck profile.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
All right, thanks. See you guys later. Bye.
See ya.